A.J. Brown trade rumors are heating up, and unfortunately, it's just beginning. Dallas still stinks. But the way kick thing back here, and we're going to hear a lot this offseason about how the Eagles' window is closing. It's over for us. We should just trade everybody, get rid of everybody. It's done. The Eagles, their days are numbered. Despite the fact, and they love to not tell you this, that this team has one of the younger teams in the NFL. Our roster is pretty much young, especially on the defensive side of the ball, which means, in my opinion, this team ain't going nowhere. That's right. And a few good moves. And I'm very excited, actually, about this all season. I am. Because I actually am very excited that we're taking a chance with changing the offense around, something that we needed to do. And we know what the problem is. It's easy to identify. We tweak our roster right, especially on the offensive side of the ball. This team is right back in the bowl, okay? You can't tell me all these other teams, other Dallas and all these teams, they have Super Bowl aspirations, yet the Eagles, who are way closer than any of those teams, don't. I don't think so, okay? Unfortunately, and one of the things that I really hate to talk about, and I loathe talking about this, is talking about the possibility of A.J. Brown getting traded. I don't want to talk about it. I hate talking about it, but this is the name of the game. I got no choice. And right now, it's starting to heat up with the A.J. Brown rumors. And this is not going to go anywhere, okay? This is going to be something, unfortunately, that we're going to have to deal with for a long time. And I'm going to say this right off the bat before we get into it. I do not want to trade A.J. Brown. I have no interest in trading A.J. Brown. And I don't understand why people who sit there and talk about how Hurts can win, but he has to have talent around him, want to get rid of the talent. I don't really get it. A.J. Brown needs to stay, but that streak goes two ways. I don't want A.J. Brown disgruntled, angry every week, not catching balls, because clearly when A.J. Brown is frustrated and things are on his mind, it affects his gameplay. And I think we saw that last year. I think we saw that in the playoff game. A.J. Brown needs to be won over by this team and by the changes on offense. But, it is what it is. And here's what's going on, right? Jeremy Fowler, Dov Kleeman wrote this: many high-level executives expect the Eagles to entertain trade offers for A.J. Brown this offseason, per Jeremy Fowler. Then he says the Eagles will receive a historical haul. That's where we're going to have issues. And that's where I'm not sure what he's talking about. But here's a little bit of what Jeremy Fowler said about the whole thing.
Well, some people I've talked to around the league, some executives of other teams, do expect that the Eagles will at least entertain a trade for A.J. Brown, who was unhappy on numerous fronts. I mean, name the counts where he looked like he was miserable out there. Body language wasn't good. So something has to give. That's sort of the feeling right now. They could build around DeVonta Smith and some other pieces. Saquon, maybe add a wide receiver. So he would create a haul for the Eagles if they do go that route. Nothing has happened as of yet.
Right, so we kind of get a little something there that I think gives us a hint at what the Eagles or how they may be approaching the A.J. Brown trade and what they want to do. At the same time, it really doesn't tell us anything, because at the end of the day, how are the Eagles going to deal with the cap problems that it's going to cause? Are they going to wait? And here's the problem I see. Everybody wants to talk about waiting till June 1st. Well, I heard that you can't make a trade pre-June 1st or designate it as a post-June 1st move if it's a trade. So I don't know how you're going to be able to trade this guy post-June 1st and actually get anything for it. Here's what I mean. When you have a guy like A.J. Brown, and let's say you Eagles are saying, all right, in order for us to trade him and to really not get killed with the cap, we're going to have to wait till June 1st. Well, here's the problem. The problem is that by the time you get ready to the point where you can trade them, teams have already went through their free agency and blew and spent all their money. Teams have also filled the holes that they have on their roster. The draft has already passed. So what are you really going to get for him? You're not going to get as much as if you did it before, let's say, the draft. And what are the expectations of what they think the Eagles could actually get for A.J. Brown? I don't see a first-round pick or a second-round pick. Now, the Eagles are going to have to ask for a lot, because if you want the Eagles to eat all that cap space and to eat all those numbers, you're going to have to get something that is amazing. Remember, when they traded Carson Wentz, what was that, like a $36 million cap hit? It cost us 50-something million in dead money. I mean, it was a ton. But why the Eagles did it was because they got a first-round pick for him. Are the Eagles going to be able to get that for a 29-year-old receiver? I think not. So my point is basically, I don't see how the value of trading A.J. Brown is more valuable and would do more to help the Eagles than keeping him on the roster. Keeping him on the roster with a new offense, I think, is actually the way to go. But I'm not the Eagles. And yes, the Eagles are going to listen to offers. And he says, well, Eagles are going to listen or open to listening to offers. Well, the Eagles will listen to offers with every player, okay? They'll entertain any trade possible that you put out there, okay? But it doesn't mean that they're going to do it. I still gotta believe, at the end of the day, this team is not going to trade A.J. Brown. I truly believe that. But if they do trade A.J. Brown, then what do? You have created a hole that was not there, that you did not have before. Now you have a giant hole at wide receiver. And let's face it, I mean, the Eagles, especially Howie, does not have the greatest track record of drafting wide receivers. He drafted DeVonta Smith. That was a success. But, I mean, there's been a lot of misses. That I don't want to go back to the J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. I'm not ready for the umbrella man. All right? I'm not ready to go down that route right now. It just doesn't seem to me a team that has just won the Super Bowl the year before, has been to 2 in the last 3 years, right? Or 2 in the last 4 years now. It doesn't make sense that you're so close to winning Super Bowl and you're going to get rid of them. Now, and if you do, you have to get another wide receiver. And a lot of people are asking, can DeVonta Smith be the number one? Can DeVonta Smith be the number one? Without question, DeVonta Smith can be the number one wide receiver on this team. He is that talented. He is that good. And yes, his numbers over the course of his career have been affected by having A.J. Brown on the team. But you know what? DeVonta Smith is built different. He's a winner. He wants to win. He cares about winning. If you look at the extension he signed a few years ago, people are like, wow, he took a really, really big hometown discount for the Eagles, man. He gave them a break. He did it because he wanted his friend to get an extension too. Not in a Nick Sirianni, Kevin Patullo kind of way, but in, hey, I want to keep, the other good receiver on this team. What makes A.J. Brown, DeVonta Smith, in my opinion, such a good duo is they're kind of different receivers. You got the smaller guy, but he's quick. He runs great, precise routes, great hands. And then you got the big physical wide receiver in A.J. Brown. The problem with A.J. Brown is that A.J. Brown, if he's in his own head, if he's frustrated, it looks like it comes out in the games. And that's what we saw versus the San Francisco 49ers. But can DeVonta Smith go out there and be the number one wide receiver? Yeah, he can. But then you know what's going to happen. Everybody's going to say, let's say the Eagles do trade A.J. Brown. And I mean, I don't see how it would be before June 1st. But, if they can somehow do it, or if the rules actually allow them, and I'm not 100% on the rule with post June 1st in terms of trade. So if anybody knows that, they can put that in the comment section. But if you trade A.J. Brown, let's say before June 1st, before the draft, everybody's going to be talking about the Eagles now have to go out and draft a wide receiver. I don't want to draft a wide receiver in round 1. I want to invest in my offensive line. I think I need another tight end still. You might need you need another cornerback, whether it's draft or free agency. You still need another edge rusher, which I think the play for the Eagles is going to be get an elite pass rusher. And maybe that will be part of what they do with A.J. Brown. We'll have to see. I mean, the one thing I'll give for those that want him gone and want him and think the Eagles will trade him, Howie Roseman is very masterful at working out and working through all these kind of issues. So, do I think A.J. Brown's going to get traded? I don't. But do I think it's because of the cap and because of all those? Those are problems. I don't think those are the reasons why. I think the Eagles legitimately want A.J. Brown. I think the Eagles have legitimately treated A.J. Brown really, really well. They brought him in, they traded for him, they gave him a huge contract. 2 years later, they ripped up his contract, gave him another. They've done right by A.J. Brown. So hopefully cooler heads will prevail and he will stay. But if he does get traded, you do need to then get another wide receiver. I do not believe going out and drafting a wide receiver, even in round 1, is going to solve your problems. You're still going to need to bring in a veteran receiver. So that would create an issue I prefer not to. I'd like to keep A.J. Brown another year or two. When, like a guy like Jeremiah Smith is coming out of the draft, then Philly 500's got, I'm scheming big plans, but that's for a whole nother, that's another video, another time, another situation. The question is going to be, are the Eagles going to trade A.J. Brown? And then what are they going to give for him? If the Eagles trade A.J. Brown for a 2026 second-round pick, if this happens or that happens, or actually a 2027 second-round pick if this or that happens, it's not good enough. I mean, I just think you're better off keeping him. And I hope that they will. And I hope that these reports fizzle out. Nothing comes of it. And I hope that the Eagles can focus on A.J. Brown. And I hope something happens where they declare, hey, we're looking forward to having A.J. Brown on the team next year. Although that will make me feel like they're probably trying to move him. But it's wait and see. It's wait and see. I want A.J. Brown on this team. And I want to go rebuild this offensive line. I want to get a better pass rush on the edge. And I want a better cornerback. And, I still think you could even bring in a draft, maybe another running back. We got to get tight end. We got work to do. We don't need to be wasting it with trading A.J. Brown. But at the same time, A.J. Brown's got to buy into things. And he's got to be content with being here. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. Remember, Howie Vision, baby. We're all just living in it. I forgot to mention this, but congratulations to the Miami Dolphins on getting Kevin Patullo. That's right, we asked yesterday, what's up with Patullo? What's up with Patullo? Well, guess what? Kevin Patullo has gone to Miami where he's their passing game coordinator. Good luck with all that. No, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how their passing game looks and if there's some similar problems that emerge. Even though he's not offensive coordinator, Kevin Patullo is out of here. Denzel Washington out. That's all, folks.
The brother screwed us.